have an impact that the student learn how to use that knowledge specifically for the understanding regarding with the study program, regarding how they can implement the technology for helping the people. For in this case, we try to point to the elderly care. The students are Fernando Jose Rifaldo, Mosan Hafiz Mahardika, and Nathanael Adolf Sukiman. And me, myself, Harko Leslie Hendrik Spitwarnes. I am from Computer Science Department, graduate program, Doctor of Computer Science. And we also with Professor Wiranto Herutomo. He is from Department Magister Science of Information Technology, Faculty of Computing, President University West Java. This paper discusses the designs and implementation process of mobile application used by nurses to communicate with the elderly or with people appointed to present the elderly in using this mobile application. This mobile application is expected to help caregiver or nurses monitor the health condition of the elderly, and this mobile application has several functions that make it complete. This function includes submitting weekly report, communicating with the other via forum, and providing relevant information about the elderly and how to deal with them, including news and government regulation on elderly care. This mobile application use case diagram to describe the business process and class diagram to illustrate database design. As for the implementation, Android Studio and MySQL database are used for database storage. This paper limited to 9 references for literature review previous similar research by searching for publication title with the sentence mobile application plus elderly plus care using question mark and without question mark for the word elderly and care for all years of publication. Based on the data, the number of elderly in Indonesia who are over 65 years old in 2020 is approximately 19 million people, and this is obtained based on the result of 2020 Indonesian population census conducted by Indonesian Central Statistics Agency. This number are elderly, whom women mostly dominate, has a comprehensive presentation of 5.95% of the population of Indonesia in 2020, which is 270.2 million people. It is predicted that in 2035, based on the data from the Indonesian Central Statistics Agency, the elderly population will reach 49.6 million people, which is 16.5% of the total population of Indonesia in 2035, as many as 301 million people. Unlike the data released by the Indonesian Ministry of Social Affairs, which calculate the age of elderly starting at the age of 60 years, the percentage of the elderly in Indonesia in 2020 is 28.7 million, which is 10.6% of the total population of Indonesia, which is 269.9 million. Also, some other data according with the Indonesian government regulation contained in the Minister of Manpower Regulation number 2, 1995. The average retirement age for pension fund participant is set at 55 years. So the age of benchmark of 55 years is the benchmark for retiring employee. In reality, some employees retire because of the age, and some employees are still employed considering the skill needed and with the employee approval. However, every government institution and field of work has its own rule regarding of the retirement age limit contained in the regulation that have been made. For example, teacher and lecturer have a retirement age limit of 60 and 65 years based on the law number 4, 2005 concerning teacher and lecturers. Furthermore, police and TNI, the military officer, have a retirement age of 58 according to Law number 2, 2002 concerning of Indonesian National Police and Law number 634 of 2004 concerning of Indonesian National Army. Seeing the reality in society, many elderly are still productive, especially those who have savings and use them to run their businesses. On the other hand, people are also approaching retirement age, but they grow old early because of the illness. In addition, the elderly who are starting to enter the age of 80 years are not busy and suffer from disease such as strokes that make them bedridden and need the help of others in carrying out some basic human activity such as eating, defecating, and so on. In addition, not a few of them also have life in nursing homes due to busy children and grandchildren, lack of time to care for the elderly, and the lack of funds to pay for nurses and to care for the elderly. For those economically capable, paying the nurse to care the elderly is not tricky. However, the care of the elderly by nurse creates a new problem, where the businesses of family members and too much trust in nurses who are not serious about the noble value of their work and only care about the money, mainly because of the elderly are difficult to communicate with, causing neglect and torture to the elderly. In addition, the ignorance of family members and ignorance on how to care for the elderly exacerbate the exacting problem. Therefore, seeing the problem mentioned above, it is essential that the technology can help humans in terms of caring for the elderly. And in this case, technology is limited to the web-based implementation. This web-based application is proposed using several programs such as personal home pages and a MySQL database for database storage. It is hoped that the implementation of this web-based application for elderly nurses can help families to oversee a process caring for the elderly parent, as well as to be able to form a community that can share things related to the elderly and experience of caring for the elderly, and most importantly, can strengthen each other in the community. In this slide, we try to explain based on the previous implementation. Because of the paper focuses on implementing mobile app that help elderly, Scholar Google search for topic related to the previous publication, starting from searching for a sentence that matches the title, namely mobile application for elderly care, without using quotation mark for all years of publication, and it will produce 360,000 publications, and the following search link can be seen in this link. Then, if the search were restricted to 2017 as the most recent form of the publication for the last 5 years, it will return 29,300 publications. In addition, if the search is continue using the same sentence, namely elderly care mobile application, by typing in quotation mark for all the years of publication, the search will not return any result from that search. Next, the search is continued by looking for the title of the publication with two sentences, namely mobile application plus elderly care, using quotation mark for all years of publication. And it will produce 4 publications published in 2010, 2011, 2015, and 2019. So the following link shows the search on Google Scholar, as you can see in this link. The search produced 9 publications, which are publications published between 2010 and 2021. Furthermore, the search continues for publication title with the sentence mobile application plus elderly plus care, using quotation mark and without quotation mark for the words elderly and care for all year publication. And this link shows the search on Google Scholar, as you can see. And the next slide, this is the use case diagram. As we already know that when we dealing with the use case diagram, this is part of the UML, Unified Modeling Language, and usually use case diagram is used to figure out about the business process. So if you look at in this use case diagram, there are 5 use cases activities such as registration, login, sending weekly report to the hospital, forum, and information. If we look at here, the registration that should be carried on by the user or the caretaker in this case, when they want to use the application, they should register their data. And then if the caretaker will use that application, they should do the login by entering the email address and password. The system will check to the system if the email address and password are matched with the saving in database. Yeah. And then, of course, the caretaker, they're sending weekly report to hospital. Yeah. So this is the purpose to record the elderly progress health report. Yeah. And then the forum, the people they can sharing knowledge regarding with dealing with the elderly people. So they can question something, or they can share something, or they can answer any question or any information that's shared by other people. And also the last use case is information, and this is the purpose that where the caretaker, they can get the information, any information regarding with the elderly. And also there's some law from the government or government regulation or law regarding with the elderly. And then we have a class diagram similar like use case diagram. This class diagram represent as model database. Yeah. So in this case we have 8 classes. Yeah, where each class represent as a table database. So in this case we hope that the application will be run based on each of the table in this database. If you look at here, there's a class such as elderly, caretaker, diagnose, detailed diagnose, disease, report, forum, and information. If we look at here, the information regarding in the use case activity, any information that will be saved here. And then the forum, when the user they make conversation in the forum, every conversation in the forum will be saved in this class. Yeah. And then of course the report as well here. The caretaker can give the report regarding with the elderly. So this is the data for the elderly, the ID, name, weight, date of birth. Yeah. If you look at email, yeah, this is the diagnose, yeah, what kind of illness that belong to the elderly, yeah, and then this is the detailed diagnose and the disease that having by the elderly people. So this is the user interface for the implementation. If you look at here, this is the registration where the user, the caretaker should enter name, password, the gender, date of birth, phone number, and the email address, number patient numbers. Yeah, they can put here. They have the maximum of 2 patients that they want to take. Yeah, then they register here. And then if they want to use the application, they should enter the email there as password, and the system will check it if they have authority to enter the system. And then this is the main menu where there is some options such as show patient info, send weekly report, forum, and information. And this is the view patient data user interface. Yeah, the name, for example, this is Ben Solo, the health report, yeah, the medicine, allergy, the doctor, the last visit, diagnosis. Yeah. So this is the weekly report that can send by the caretaker regarding with health report, treatment progress, medicine effectiveness. Yeah. And then the next UI, this is the forum. Yeah. Like I said, the community, the caretaker, they can share among the caretakers, yeah, or they can question something, or they can share something. Yeah. And this is the information that any available information regarding with the elderly. Yeah. or the caretaker, they can also share their talk here, or any information here. So I hope you enjoy this presentation and get the knowledge from our working, and hopefully there will be some future idea for the next implementation. Thank you for listening, and see you in another time. Bye.